Hey y'all. I'm Tiffany. This is from Mamaw's Kitchen. Here on this channel, I share old-fashioned recipes and skills, a lot of which I learned from my Mamaw in her kitchen. Today, we are making some dip recipes, dessert dip recipes, perfect for the holidays, for all your gatherings and get-togethers, or just to make something fun for your family. So come and join me, and we're going to make 2 dessert dips. Today's video is part of a fun collaboration that my friend Angela over at the Inquisitive Farm Wife asked me to participate in. In December, she hosts a collaboration called Dipcember, and it's really fun. There'll be a playlist down in the description box. Really fun videos sharing dip recipes. She sent out a calendar and it had all the people that were participating, and we could go in and put what dip we were planning on making. And so I've kind of had a peek at some of the dips that people are going to make. I've already been watching some of the videos that are already out for this month, and I've seen some that are to come, and there's some really great ideas. Now when I was looking through that, I noticed there were a lot of savory dips. So what I decided to do is dessert dips. We're going to make 2 today. We're going to make a fudge brownie dip and a funfetti dip. Let me just tell y'all, I wanted to make, what was the dip called, Justin, that with the squirrel? Is it a buffalo squirrel dip? Yeah, a buffalo squirrel dip, but the boys have got to kill a few more squirrels before we can do that. So we get some more squirrels in the freezer because it takes a few to be able to, have enough to make that. If we have enough squirrels to be able to make that, maybe we'll film that video at some point for you too. I had mentioned that to Angela. She was like real squirrel? Yeah, real squirrel in the dip. Okay, let's get over here. Today we're making some dessert dips. So let me show you what I've got out. They're real easy. Let's work on, which one do we want to do first? Let's do the brownie dip first. So for this recipe, I have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and I went ahead and got the 16-ounce of whipped topping because we're going to use half of it for this dip and half for the other. I have a box of fudge brownie mix, and then I'm going to measure out 1 cup of semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. You could use milk chocolate. We just really like semi-sweet around here, so I'll need to measure out a cup of those. I think what I'm going to do is mix it in this bowl and then move it over to my other one, just so that the sides of the bowl stay clean and whatever we're serving it in. And you could do that. You could serve these with graham crackers, vanilla wafers, fruit. We've got some of all of those things, so I don't know. We'll see what we end up eating it with. The first thing I'm doing is putting the 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese into my bowl and mixing that up, just kind of softening it, fluffing it up a little bit. I'm doing it with a hand mixer. You could use your KitchenAid, you could use a wooden spoon, whatever you got. And then I'm taking half that container of Cool Whip because, like I said, I got the 16-ounce container. That way I could split it between the 2 dips that I'm making. So 8 ounces of the whipped topping going in, and then again taking a hand mixer to it. The consistency changes as the cream cheese mixes into that whipped topping. It's still fluffy, but it gets a little more dense. You can tell that the cream cheese has mixed in. It's still whipped, but it's a denser, kind of cheesecakey texture. And then that whole package of the brownie mix goes in. Y'all could have probably used a little bit bigger bowl, but we're making it work. I'm going to mix that brownie mix into my cream cheese and Cool Whip. Now, the recipe that I was following, it said to use a couple of tablespoons of milk in here as well. I decided to wait on that to see if I thought that it needed it. And the brownie dip, I didn't really feel like needed the extra milk. The dry mix really incorporated well into that cream cheese Cool Whip mixture. However, when we go to make this next dip that you're going to see, the texture of it was a little different and I felt like it needed the extra milk. So if you're mixing it and you feel like it's a little too dry or just needs a little something, you can always add in just a little bit of milk. And y'all, I did not measure out my chocolate chips. I eyeballed it, sprinkled some in. I really do think that the mini chocolate chips work well in this, so that when you go to scoop it and dip it, you have just those tiny little bites of chocolate, but you use what you like. Here around our house, we usually keep the mini chocolate chips on hand because that's what we use for most things that we're putting chocolate chips in, are those little mini chocolate chips. I'm just going to fold those in with my spatula, and then we'll move this over to the other bowl and top it with some extra chocolate chips to make it look pretty. Before I put this over into my other bowl and make it look pretty, I'm going to scoop some on a vanilla wafer and try it. That is delicious. Really chocolatey. Tastes like a brownie. So I'm going to put this into this bowl, and then I'm going to put a few more chocolate chips on the top to make it look pretty. And that was super easy. Now this particular recipe I have a link to where I got the idea from, and I can put that down in the description box. And then the second dip that we're going to make is very similar. We're just changing up the mix that we put in it. See how that turns out? Because I love all things chocolate, but there are some people in my home who do not. So we'll make one that's not chocolate for them.
Talk about the person who makes money buying chocolate?
Yep, I sure am. That'd be the one. Do I have chocolate all over my face? I'm going to wash up my bowl, my mixer, all those things so I can just reuse it and not dirty a whole nother bowl. And then we'll make the funfetti dip. And then I thought I mentioned too, when you make these, you just want to store them in the refrigerator. And you can make them even the day before and just keep them in the fridge. Well, y'all, does this process look familiar? We're starting the funfetti dip the same way we started that fudgy brownie dip. 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, hitting it with a hand mixer, whipping it up just a little bit, and then we're going to put the 8 ounces of the Cool Whip in there, mix that together. If you are from the South, or if you have a Mamaw like mine was, if your Mamaw was like mine, you know that Cool Whip container right there, well, it ain't even Cool Whip, y'all. It's store brand. But that whip topping container right there, tell me what you're going to use it for. If you're from the South, if you had a Mamaw like mine, tell me what you're going to use that container for. I'll tell you, it's going to get washed out, and it's the perfect thing for putting your leftovers in to put them in the refrigerator. It's like Tupperware of the South, the perfect food storage container. All right, y'all. I'm going to mix this all up, and then we'll put that funfetti cake mix in here. I also wanted to tell you that Angela is going to be doing a live giveaway at the end of this collaboration. So the collab's going to run all through December, and then on January 1st over on her channel, The Inquisitive Farm Wife, at 6 p.m. Central Time, she is going to be doing a live video, which is real fun. It's like that real-time connection. It's super fun. And she's going to be doing some giveaways. So I wanted to make sure to tell you about that, so that you knew and you could plan. There's me putting some milk in. Like I mentioned earlier, the cake mix, the funfetti cake mix, it definitely was a little more dry, a little more stiff. I feel like it definitely needed that couple of tablespoons of milk added in. I'm going to do the same thing and taste this before I put it in the bowl. This one was definitely thicker than the brownie. So the brownie Dip Recipe actually said to put a couple of tablespoons of milk in with it, but it didn't feel like it needed it to me. This one did. This one felt like it was thicker and a little more dry, so I put a couple of tablespoons of milk in this one. That one's good too. Kind of tastes like a Christmas tree cake. And then to top it, see how that's still thicker. I could probably add a little more milk to that. You know what? I am. One moment.
Mom, that's so good.
You like it? Got a helper coming. So to make the top of this one look really pretty, we're going to put some sprinkles on it. Sprinkle them all over the top.
Very good.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Put that all over here. Can I take it on?
Sure. We don't want them all to come out, so shake gentle.
What
Oh, it looks like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Told Fletch it kind of looks like Christmas lights on the top. I brought them both back out to show you. There is the fudgy brownie dip and the funfetti dip. Real easy to make, and both are very good. Don't forget that there'll be a playlist down in the description box. Thank you again to Angela for asking me to be a part of this collaboration. Y'all get in the kitchen and make some memories with the people you love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.